guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Abby and you're very welcome. If this is your first time here or you've been here before, make sure you subscribe and like this video if you enjoy it, which I hope you will. Today I'm going to be talking about my pregnancy and some of the things I was not expecting and some of the symptoms that I've had so far. So I am 19 weeks. Tomorrow I'm going to be 20 weeks, so I'll be halfway through, which is so exciting. And on the one hand, it seems to have gone really quick, and then also it's like, I've still got so far to go. Pregnancy has probably been the most incredible experience of my life. It's been amazing in so many ways. I've absolutely loved it and I'm so happy about it. But at the same time, there have been lots of things that have been really hard and it's just not been an easy ride so far. So that's kind of why I wanted to make this video, to just be honest, talk about the truth of pregnancy, or at least just my experience, and being honest about some of the struggles that I've had and things that I just have not expected to happen. And hopefully that helps anyone else out there that's pregnant or thinking about becoming pregnant or supporting someone that's pregnant. Hopefully this helps you to know some more things about pregnancy. I guess I also should say that I know some people have had a much worse experience or a very different experience. Some people have barely any bad symptoms. Some people get hospitalized and really struggle with sickness or other problems during their pregnancy, and I'm really fortunate to have not had any complications so far. I think everything I've experienced I've talked through with the midwife and it's all normal apparently. Yeah, I'm really grateful that so far I am still counted as low risk, and I'm so grateful for that. And if you're having a hard pregnancy and having really difficult symptoms, I'm so sorry, because that must be so hard, because it's hard enough just having, you know, the symptoms I've got. So yeah, I pray that those symptoms ease, and when you get your baby, you'll just heal quickly and it'll all be worth it, because it is all worth it. It's totally worth going through all the pain and all the difficulties to bring a little baby into the world. And I know that I'm so blessed and privileged to be in this position, and I do not take that lightly. So, symptoms. Well, so what has pregnancy been like so far? The first symptom that I had, the very first clue that I may have been pregnant, was really sore boobs. Now, most of us women will have that every month, have a bit of soreness leading up to your period, but this was just another level. Literally, it was so painful, and this symptom started just a couple of days after I ovulated, and it carried on for a long time. I don't know exactly when the pain sort of eased, but it's a lot better now. Still not kind of normal, but you know, nothing's normal. But it was so painful, so sore, and it was horrible. And that was my first clue I might be pregnant. And I think, God willing, if I have future pregnancies, if I have that symptom again, that's going to be such a telltale sign, because the pain is just beyond anything I've had in the past. I also have had nausea and sickness, and I know that is common and it's what it's always talked about, is morning sickness, and so I was expecting that, but it just took over everything. It wasn't just that I felt sick or even that I was sick. It just affected my relationship with food, being able to eat what I wanted to eat, and it wasn't just morning sickness, it's all day sickness. So morning sickness started, I don't know, it didn't start straight away, probably 7 or 8 weeks in. And I wasn't sick for quite a few weeks actually. So the first time I was sick, time for a little story time. So I was with my friend doing some Christmas shopping. So this must have been mid-December when we were actually allowed to go to the shops. And we were at the shops, and my friend went off somewhere and I went to Argos. So I was going to pick something up. And I remember walking in and just suddenly feeling so sick. And I just was like, oh no, I need to go outside. I'm going to get some air and I'm sure it'll be fine. So I just went back outside and just stood there and took some breaths. And I thought, oh no, I feel really, really sick. What am I going to do? Could I go in and say, oh, I'm pregnant, please, can I use your toilet? I just couldn't see anywhere that I could just go, in a quiet corner to throw up. It was just in front of the shops, and there was nothing I could do really. And then I just threw up outside Argos, just out of the way of the door, because that was all that could be done in the time. And thankfully it wasn't too much and it felt great after that. Well, it felt better anyway. That's the thing about the sickness as well, is that actually if you throw up, sometimes it makes you feel a lot better than other days. I had so many days where I felt so sick but wasn't sick, and then the sickness just didn't pass. But that was my first time being sick, and then I was sick on and off kind of a couple of times a week for the next weeks, and it hasn't quite stopped yet. So as I said, I'm 19 weeks at the moment, and last week I was sick 3 times in 3 days. So I was sick 3 days in a row, and that was not fun. But also with the sickness, it's not just randomly being sick. Often there is a reason. So I find that I'm sick if I have a lie-in, if I don't eat food early enough in the morning, or if I have a hot drink sometimes in the morning. That can make me be sick. Yeah, so it's good in a way that I've sort of worked out how to stop myself being sick. I know what my triggers are, but they are a bit random and annoying. Like, come on, let me have a lie-in. I'm so tired. But there we go. Also with the nausea, I found myself being really affected by smells, even to the extent that one morning I came and opened a new packet of cereal, and the smell of the plastic packet was making me feel so sick and wretched, and I just couldn't open it, I couldn't have it. Also, going in the fridge, I would always hold my breath. Thankfully, it's not as bad now, but for quite a few months, smells really, really made me feel sick. And I had food aversions. I didn't want to eat garlic or peppers or onions, and the smell of them cooking just turned my stomach. And I still don't want to eat a lot of those things. I've really gone off vegetables, which is annoying because generally we eat really healthily and I eat a lot of vegetables, but I just don't want to. Been quite stressful actually, because I really want to eat well for the baby, but when you have a food aversion, it's not just like an, oh, I don't really like it. It really just makes you feel sick, and so you don't want to eat it. That's been annoying, but I've been taking my vitamins. I've got vitamins that are just like pregnancy ones that I try and take every day, so I know I'm getting some goodness from that. And I do eat pretty healthily, but definitely eating a lot more carbs, and I find that I need those carbs. I need that stodge, especially in early pregnancy. If I didn't eat for a couple of hours, I'd feel so sick. I would just need snacks all the time, and they used to be like stodgy snacks. If I had a smoothie or a lot of liquid, that just was not good. Even drinking water at the start of pregnancy was really hard. I had to just take small sips, otherwise I'd feel so sick. Oh, it's all coming back to me now. I'm so glad that that's not the case anymore. When I could down water again, that was so good because you get really thirsty in pregnancy, and so you really need to drink, and I know drinking water is really important. And it's so hard when you can't just chug a glass and know that you've ticked that box, but instead you're there like sipping the water. I couldn't eat big meals either. I had to just have lots of little meals. When it came to dinner time, there'd be a lovely plate in front of me, and if I even wanted to eat it, I could not eat very much. And that only has really recently stopped, actually. And I still don't think I can quite eat as much as I used to, which is I just did not expect that. I thought in pregnancy you'd be really hungry and it would be like, oh, I can just eat whatever I want and not worry about putting on weight because I need to put on weight and it's fine and I'll have fun cravings. And I haven't really got to that stage yet, but hopefully as time goes on that will happen and I will enjoy the pregnancy glow that I have not yet experienced. I've been able to eat a lot more now, and I've eating sweet treats again, and probably too many because I went off those sort of over Christmas time as well. So I had all this lovely food out and I just didn't really fancy it. And all of that sort of led to me not gaining much weight. In fact, I actually lost weight at the beginning of my pregnancy, just a few pounds, but when you're expecting to put weight on, it's a bit worrying. Then you actually losing weight and you're growing a baby and you're thinking, oh, I don't want the baby not to be growing right. I have started putting on weight now, but it's not been how I expected. And I talked to my midwife and she said that a lot of people, especially kind of first time mums, put on a lot of weight near the end of the pregnancy, so I guess that might be me. And something else I didn't expect actually about weight was that I am a bit worried about my body changing and, you know, putting on a lot of extra weight after the baby's born and not looking the way I'm used to seeing myself looking. And I always thought that wouldn't bother me because I'm really pro, you know, your body goes through so much and your body changes, and that's just part of the amazing way women are created, that our bodies can literally, like, things move and your hips widen and things grow and change to grow a new life, and that is incredible. I know that I'm a little bit worried about it, so I'm trying to address that and keep talking about it, and I'm sure lots of other people probably feel the same. Yeah, I just have to take it as it comes and not put pressure on myself to lose weight or anything, but just focus on the positives. We'll see. It's a journey. I don't know. But I'm being open and honest. That was something I've experienced I wasn't expecting. So thirsty. Some other symptoms that I've had are just general pain and discomfort around my stomach. I've had a lot of like sharp stabbing pains or like cramping pains, and they really hurt sometimes, really painful and uncomfortable. And also if I eat even not a very big meal, sometimes I just feel like my stomach is going to explode. It's like somebody is inflating a balloon inside me and there just is not enough space. And it's really uncomfortable. And I guess it's kind of obvious that your body's growing and stretching. It's a bit alarming when you just wake up in the morning, it's like a really sharp pain in your side and makes you worry, but apparently that's all normal. Also, if I move like in certain directions, I just get sharp pains. But you know, my body is housing a guinea pig sized baby, so it's quite big. Also, for about a week or so, probably around week 17 or 18, I started having not nosebleeds, but like a lot of blood in my nose, and it was so uncomfortable because I couldn't like get it out. I'd just blow my nose. It just always feel like there was like clots of blood or something up there, and it was just kind of gross. I looked it up, and apparently it's just all the extra blood you're producing. It's much easier to burst the vessels in your nose or something. I don't know, it's kind of gross, but that was something I had, and it was just a bit gross. So, but that's gone, so hopefully it will not return. But also along the blood thing, I often have like blood pumping in my ears. I can like hear it, and I can just assume that's also increased blood flow. You can just hear it. My pulse as well just feels so strong. Just like touch anywhere on my body and it's like my pulse. So much blood being pumped around. Strange. Other things I've experienced that kind of you expect is tiredness, being really, really exhausted. You can go to bed really early, have a lie-in, still feel tired. And peeing in the night. I never ever used to pee in the night, but since becoming pregnant, it's pretty much every single night. At least I'm getting used to getting up in the night. My baby's here, I'll be so used to it, I'll be fine. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about was just the stress and some of the worry that I felt that I hadn't expected to. Although I am growing this baby, it's inside my body, I literally have no control over what's going on in there, and I don't know what's going on in there, and that was quite a stress for me, especially, so I felt kind of the first little movements around, let me check my notes. Side note, my friend bought me this My Bump and Me pregnancy journal from Paper Chase, and it's really cute and it's fun. And I recommend getting one, or just getting a notebook. It's nice to keep a little diary to remember what happens. Because I can't even remember. It wasn't even that long ago. So week 16, I felt my first little flutters, and that was really exciting. Sometimes I felt like bubbles, but then it's kind of hard to tell, like, is it the baby? Is it just my lunch? Who knows? There was a few times I really was sure it was a baby. It felt kind of like a little flick from the inside of my stomach. So I felt a few of those, and they were kind of on and off. But then there was a few weeks where I didn't really feel anything, and maybe felt some, but I was just really worrying about it. And I know that tracking movement's really important. It's only after, I think, 24 weeks that you really need to worry about daily movements. But even though I knew that, I was still worrying a lot and just was just stressed, like, why isn't the baby moving? Is it there? I didn't know what was going on. I had absolutely no control. All I could do was look after myself and hope and pray that everything was okay. I got myself quite worked up and upset about it. But then I realised or remembered that I don't have control over anything in my life. I need to trust God with this baby. God has given us this baby as a gift, and He's going to care for it, and whatever happens, it's in His hands, in His control, not in my control at all. As I said, all I can do is look after myself. I'm not growing this baby. I'm not thinking about it like, grow the legs now. Just, no, obviously not. It's very strange that this incredible thing is happening inside me and you can't see it. It's just happening, and it's a complete miracle, but I found it quite stressful. But I'm learning to trust God with it and let go and accept that it's not in my control, and that really helped my stress, just to pray every time I was worrying, just pray to God that He would look after my baby. It's been amazing that the last few days I felt a lot more kicks, and Jonty actually felt his first little kicks, and I'm feeling them a lot more regularly now, and that's amazing, and that is such a comfort to know that little baby's wriggling around in there, and my bump's growing, so clearly the baby is growing. But I have no control over how it's growing or how it's doing. I have to trust God with it, and I do trust God, so it's all going to be fine. Speaking of my bump, I guess I could show you. So, let me try and get the angle right here. So, also this jumper is so comfy, I'm basically living in it. It's a maternity one, but I mean, anyone can wear it. It's just a big, super soft jumper, so soft, from H&M. And also these leggings. Can't really show you them all, but anyway. Here's a little bump. Baby. Yay. Those leggings are also from H&M and they are so comfy. Highly recommend getting yourself a pair. Obviously not sponsored or anything by H&M or by anyone. Stop it.
Bye.
Bye. So that's all I want to say really. It's quite a lot. It's just my rambles about my pregnancy so far. As I said at the beginning, I love being pregnant and I'm so excited for the rest of my pregnancy and for when little baby comes along. All of the weird, strange, painful, uncomfortable symptoms, they're all worth it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye. Also, fun fact, I just smacked my arm. This rocking chair was the chair that Jonty was nursed in as a baby.
Come on, let's get it.
And probably, hopefully, we'll nurse our little baby here. Family heirloom.